independent of race, religion, and social status, 2 billion women have one thing in common. We all get our period. In the Netherlands alone, 4 million women use tampons, pads, and panty liners every month. Most women don't know what goes into the product they're using. I didn't either until recently. Now that I know, I feel you should know, that every woman has the right to know. We need to keep chemicals away from vaginas globally. So how did this all get started? It was on the eve of my 30th birthday when I heard I was developing cervical cancer. I spent the next 6 months in and out of hospitals, but also figuring out how I could best continue to support my health. I met a specialist who advised me to start using organic cotton products. Honestly, I had never questioned my use of tampons or pads before. So I started to do a little bit of research. And I found out that conventional products aren't necessarily made out of cotton, but are generally made out of a blend of synthetic materials like rayon and plastics. Now, rayon may be super absorbent, but its manufacturing process uses a lot of chemicals. And these synthetic fibers are often bleached with chlorine to get that nice white coloring. But this creates dioxins, which are carcinogenic. And if the product is made of cotton, but it's not organic, then traces of pesticides may be found, since cotton is one of the most sprayed upon crops in the world. I'm talking about a product that I had been using for over 15 years near or inside one of the most absorbent parts of my body. I was shocked. I started talking to my friends. They talked to theirs. Almost nobody knew anything about this. How is that possible? At the moment, it's not easy to know what goes into conventional products. It's not mentioned anywhere on the packaging, nor on the websites of the product. I found out there's no EU regulation that needs to be followed, and that the current feminine hygiene market is dominated by 4 main players who have little to no interest to change this, to be more transparent, or to publish research that may show adverse effect of their own products. For me, the choice was clear. I needed to start using the organic cotton option, so I went out to buy it. But I found myself biking around Amsterdam in detours to get to the select number of eco stores where it's sold. And this is when our idea, FiP Organic, was born. Not only do we need to spread the word, we need to make the organic cotton option widely available, bringing it to mass market. By communicating our message to women worldwide, and by creating a demand, we can make a lasting change to the current feminine hygiene market. We want producers to be transparent about the content in their product, and that you can go to your local corner store and buy the organic cotton option. Now, for the men in the room, I can understand that you may feel a little less intrinsically affected by my story. But this affects your world too. Think about it. In the Netherlands alone, 4 million women using 1.5 boxes of product per month. That's a whole lot of waste continuously accumulating. We can change this. Our product, its packaging and wrapping are 100% biodegradable. I don't know. I'll never know if my story would be any different if I had known this earlier on. But I wish I had. What I do know is that this is a story worth sharing. So please, give us a hand in keeping chemicals away from vaginas globally. I sincerely hope that TEDx will give me main stage this afternoon to continue to spread this story, and that you will help us on our way in making this idea one worth doing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. What are the next steps in raising this consciousness under consumers and producers? Because that's the main focus, huh?
Well, they go hand in hand, because at the moment, this is a good step in raising the consciousness. But without there being an alternative that's widely available, I don't think things are going to change that much. So we want to focus on both.
Is the measure in which the chemicals are harmful on regular tampons, is that measurable? I mean, can you say anything about it?
Yeah. Well, the short-term effects are clear, I think. If you look at research that's been done, you can see very clearly the benefits of using cotton products. So in many women, 30% of the women population, female population, suffers from vaginal infections. And in 90% of these cases, within 3 months of changing from conventional product to cotton product, the symptoms are relieved. In 60% of the cases, this is already in 1 month's time. So this is quite clear in a short term. And vaginal infections are important because a woman suffering from a vaginal infection is more susceptible to other, to STDs, HIV, or other serious infectious diseases. The long-term effects are less clear. On the one hand, that very little research has been done, and on the other hand, the research that has been done is inconclusive or contradictory. Research does indicate that there is a link between endometriosis and the use of conventional product. And endometriosis is a serious condition. Off the top of my head, in the US, 8% of the women suffer from this condition. It's extremely painful, and it can lead to infertility. And I have seen research that does show that there is a link between using conventional product, conventional tampons, and the ability of a woman to clear the HPV virus, which causes cervical cancer. And so women using conventional tampons have been found to be 5 times less likely to clear this virus when using conventional tampons. But there's very little research done, and that's why we ask, on the one hand, for more transparency. I think women should be able to know when they buy something what's actually in the product that they're buying, that women should know that this is something that they need to think about, but also that the organic cotton option is widely available.
Right.
Thank you very much.